Mention horses today and the majority of people just think about the term to be hung like a horse, which is pretty unfair given that horses are such beautiful, intelligent creatures with so much more to offer. Luckily, the Japanese know that horses aren't simply about sexual gratification. They're actually about lifelong commitment. Recently, I went to Tono, a small town in the Iwate prefecture in northern Japan, because I'd heard of a folktale from this region that always struck me as rather interesting. It's called Oshirasama, and it's the story of a woman who married her horse. That's right, she married her horse. It puts a new spin on the term love thy neighbour. But the legend of Oshirasama is not as heartwarming a horse love story as you might think. It's all about a father, a daughter and their pet horse. Over time, the daughter develops feelings for the horse, and so one night she enters the stable and she removes her clothes. The father hears noises and so he goes down into the stable where he is greeted by the sight of the horse having sex with his daughter. For some reason, the father is upset by this. He goes back into his bedroom and he tries to get the image out of his head, but he just can't. So he secretly drags the horse outside and he hangs it on the outside mulberry tree. When the daughter realizes, she runs outside and bursts into tears. But just as the horse starts rising up to heaven, she clutches onto its head and together they fly up into the sky to be together forever. In heaven, they merge into a deity called Oshirasama, the god of silkworms. The father lost his only daughter and he was miserable for the rest of his life. So it's clear that this is not a horse love story for children. But to really understand the legend of Oshirasama, you need to know a little bit about Tono's history. Tono is a very poor agricultural region of Japan where life is tough and sometimes the only comfort you can find is the love of a horse. While in Tono, I took a visit to the Denshoin temple, which features the actual tree that the actual horse was actually hanged from. It isn't fake, it's real. In fact, many people visit Denshoin every year, some people to leave prayers for Oshirasama, some people who have a simple curiosity about the folk legend, and some people simply want to see what it's like to be hung like a horse. Interestingly though, this horse love myth is not a purely Japanese thing. It turns out that like ramen, horse love is actually a dish that was originally served in China. The only difference is that in the Chinese version of the myth, the girl only pretends to want to marry the horse and then laughs in its face, and if that's not bad enough, the father then kills the horse to protect his daughter's reputation by hanging it on the outside mulberry tree, and when the daughter sees the horse dying, she continues to laugh in its face. I mean, it's really fucked up. The horse gets revenge in the end by dragging her up to heaven and forcing her to become a goddess against her will, but the point of the legend is clear. Don't trust Chinese girls. No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't know what the point of the legend is. It's not that though. These horses know the risks that they face when they get into relationships with local women, but when it comes to love, they are prepared to face the consequences. Having had my fill of horse love, I was able to leave Tono with a smile on my face, satisfied in the knowledge that when it comes to relationships, there's no need to be a naysayer. I've been Pete Vondelpark, and thanks for watching.
綺麗な色